guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, the number one target for Barcelona this summer is of course Robert Lewandowski, and the current Bayern Munich manager Julian Nagelsmann is preparing for next season without Lewandowski in his plans. Apparently Bayern Munich will be signing Sadio Mane after the Champions League final today, and this will help facilitate Lewandowski to leave the club this summer. Now also Barcelona are in the market for a midfielder, and they want to sign Ruben Neves from Wolves, and what they're going to do is offer Nico, Riqui Puig, and Mingueza in a swap deal for the Portuguese midfielder. Apparently Wolves are okay with this offer, but they ask for money on top of it. But again, it is Jorge Mendes, the super agent, who's trying to make this deal possible. Of course, staying in the Premier League, Xavi wants both Marcos Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta. Soon Chelsea's takeover will be official, and once the takeover is official, Barcelona will send delegates over Mateo Alemán and Jordi Cruyff to negotiate the move for both Spaniard players, with Azpilicueta being the priority. And finally, a big contract renewal update on Ousmane Dembele, with his agent Moussa Sissoko releasing a statement in the media about his future. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, the first player that we have been linked with is of course the number one target for Barcelona in the summer, Robert Lewandowski. We do have one quick update coming in from Mundo Deportivo. They've come out saying the Bayern Munich manager Julian Nagelsmann has already assumed that he will not have Lewandowski in the squad for next season. He knows that Robert wants to go to Barcelona. The Bayern coach is now planning for next season without Lewandowski in his squad, and he's already looking for a replacement. Now apparently the replacement will be Sadio Mane from Liverpool. Apparently after today's Champions League final, they will get the deal done for around 30 to 40 million euros. It's broken from Germany and also from L'Equipe from France as well. We'll wait and see. Of course, today is Champions League day. I think if Liverpool will lose, he will leave. If they win, he will stay. But of course, it could be in the air. But watch out for Mane. If he does go to Bayern Munich, it will make Lewandowski's exit very, very easy. Now, along with Lewandowski, another priority for Barcelona this summer is, of course, Raphinha. But right now, his deal is sitting a bit on the fence. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that only if Ousmane Dembele leaves will Barcelona be able to bring in Raphinha, as there is no room and there is much less salary margin between the two players. But Barcelona, when I know ASAP about Dembele's decision, and the final meeting will be taking place this week with Xavi and Dembele being present. Meanwhile, Raphinha, who was Barcelona first and whose agent Deco is still on the phone. If Dembele does not stay, Xavi wants Raphinha and is convinced by Raphinha as well. The next battle will be to reach an agreement with Leeds United. Of course, personal terms agree with Raphinha for a 5-year contract already confirmed. Now for me, I'm not quite too sure about this. I think we should be bringing in Raphinha whether Dembele stays or not. We need competition on the wings. Of course, they'll be leaving. Hopefully Martin Braithwaite, Luke de Jong, and Adama Traore. So if 3 are leaving, you have to bring at least 2 in my opinion. Of course, it will be Lewandowski and Raphinha. So I'm not quite too sure about this. Now also, there is the option of Abde. Now Sport came out saying that Barcelona have informed Abde that he'll be part of the first team for next season. Abde's interpretation is directly related to more possible departure of Dembele. Barcelona also confident that Raphinha from Leeds will arrive as well. So if Dembele leaves, the club want to have Raphinha and Abde on that right wing as they know the 2 substitutes. But if Dembele stays, they may want to have Dembele and Abde, which for me, I don't quite agree with. I think Raphinha is a fantastic player. He's available on the market, but of course, the agreement with Leeds will be difficult. Apparently, we made a bid around 30 million euros plus 5 million euros in bonuses, and that was rejected by Leeds. They want apparently 50 million euros for him. So you got to chuck some players in there, throw in maybe Trincão, Mingueza, Riqui Puig, whoever it may be. So we're going to have to wait and see how this Raphinha saga develops. Of course, it will heavily depend on the future of Ousmane Dembele, but the club, no doubt, are still interested in Raphinha. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer will be to reinforce the defense, more specifically in the full-back positions, with Xavi requesting both the signings of Azpilicueta and Alonso this summer. And Gabriel Sanz and Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona will speed up the signings of Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso. Azpilicueta is a priority for Xavi, while Alonso is an option to give competition on the left-hand side. Barcelona will start negotiations with Chelsea once their new ownership is announced. Alonso's agent has helped unblock the Spaniard's departure, and Barcelona's sporting sector could meet with Alonso's agent this Monday. In England, Alonso's price tag is around 15 million euros, but at Barcelona, they want him for much less. Azpilicueta's departure could be considered safe as the Spaniard has spent 10 years at Stamford Bridge, so it is expected that Chelsea could give him the facilities to make his move this summer. So Azpilicueta will be easier. He will cost money, but not as much as 15 million euros, hopefully around 5, maybe 6 around there. But for Azpilicueta, without a shadow of a doubt, he is the priority for Xavi. At the two, Xavi wants Azpilicueta way more than Alonso 100%. For Alonso, it will be a lot difficult, of course, because Chelsea could be asking for around 15 million euros. Get that garbage out of my face. If we spend double digits on Alonso, I will be pissed. I cannot express to you how pissed off I would be if we spend more than double digits on Alonso. The club don't want to do so, which of course I agree with. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, the new ownership will be announced very soon, hopefully in the next few days, hopefully after the Champions League final, maybe this weekend. But once they announce it, the club will begin negotiation with Chelsea for these two players, with Azpilicueta being the priority and Alonso being a market opportunity. Now, a position for Barcelona this summer that isn't the priority at the moment, but it could be later on in the window, is the midfield. But we have been heavily linked with the Premier League midfielder in Ruben Neves. Sport came out on the front of their article saying 3 for 1, going on to say that Barcelona is offering Ousmane Dembele, Riqui Puig, and Nico Gonzalez to Wolves in exchange for Ruben Neves. Wolves want a big transfer fee, but Jorge Mendes, the agent, is pushing for the Barcelona offer. Now, get in the comments, would you swap Mingueza, Riqui Puig, and Nico for Ruben Neves? For me, I wouldn't mind this operation. I think Nico is a bit of the big question mark. Of course, he has great potential. He hasn't showed that much this season. Had a few good games, few bad games. Ruben Neves still very young, only 25 years old. I think I might do this, Of course, for me, the most important thing is getting rid of 2 dead players in Riqui Puig and Mingueza, but also offering a little bit of a gem as well in Nico to get an already made top quality midfielder. I wouldn't mind this. Of course, in the squad right now, you have Franck, Kessie, Busquets, Gavi, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, and then you could bring in Ruben Neves to be the backup for Frankie instead of having it as Nico. That would make it a very strong squad in my opinion. So we'll wait and see. Still early days, of course. Sport not as reliable as they used to be, so it's still early days. But of course, coming in from the Catalonia media, for me, this is a huge step. So we'll wait and see. But no doubt, Barcelona interested in Ruben Neves and could make an offer of 3 players instead of making a transfer fee offer of 50 million euros. Now, speaking about Franck, Kessie, of course, Barcelona have completed 2 signings for the summer as free agents, Christensen and Kessie. It's already a done deal. The question now is, when will the club officially announce it? And Sport came out saying that Barcelona could already announce the signings of both Kessie and Christensen, although their contract with their respective clubs end in June 30th. However, at Barcelona, there is no hurry and the announcement could take a few weeks. So of course, the club want to be respectful to Chelsea and AC Milan and don't want to announce it right now. They will announce it once their contract expires on June 30th, so expect that announcement on July the 1st. But at the moment, it is very unlikely that Barcelona announce these 2 deals, with their current contracts still being valid at their respective clubs. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, Francisco Trincão. Of course, Sporting Lisbon are rumored to have agreed with him on personal terms for a loan move for this summer, but Barcelona want to sell him. And now reports coming in from Portugal are saying that Sporting Lisbon are currently analyzing the feasibility of signing Trincão on a permanent deal. Transfer fee could be just over 15 million euros, which would make him the most expensive rookie signing in the club's history. So now Sporting are considering buying Trincão. For me, that's fantastic news. I think above 20 million euros would be good. Get that and maybe add some variables there as well, 20 plus 10 to get that 30 that we paid for him. But for my concern is, maybe we could use Trincão in a swap deal, for example, Raphinha, bring that price lower, maybe for, Ruben Neves, that could be a possibility as well. But of course, the club want to have their options open. So for me, Sporting Lisbon now being, able to pay for him permanently is absolutely fantastic. So it looks like now Trincão will be leaving the club this summer. The question now is, will it be in a swap deal, loan move, or permanent sale? Now, another player who could bring in some funds for their sale this summer is Neto. Mundo Deportivo came out saying the club want to sell Neto this summer, and Barcelona would let him go for around 6.5 million euros. Barcelona knows that Marc-Andre ter Stegen isn't at his best, and if an offer does come in for him this summer, Barcelona will study it. But until then, he will be the #1 goalkeeper this summer. Inaki Pena could be a replacement, as the club would bet on him. For now, if Neto leaves, Pena is the 2nd choice goalkeeper. Arnau Tenes, who is in theory the 3rd choice goalkeeper, could leave the club on loan this summer. So again, if Neto does leave, there's a big question if. You can see also this article, if Neto leaves, the club will bet on Inaki Pena for the backup goalkeeper position because they want to use that money elsewhere. Lewandowski, Raphinha, Alonso, Azpilicueta, maybe even Ruben Neves. But if a market opportunity does come up in the goalkeeper position, they will analyze it. Don't forget the Granada goalkeeper who just been relegated, Luis Maximiliano, has been scouted by Barcelona many times and they do like him. He could be available for a good price. And again, Cat Radio came out saying that as of right now, Barcelona think of counting on Inaki Pena as the second choice goalkeeper if Neto leaves the club this summer. Now, Neto's future is in doubt. We have no idea if he's going to leave or wants to stay. The reports saying that he wants to leave. The reports saying that he wants to stay around his contract, which of course expires next summer in 2023. I have no idea. All I hope is that Neto does leave for the sake of the wage bill. Of course, he's currently earning 100,000 euros per week, doing nothing. He plays maybe 3 games a season at most, earning 100,000 euros per week. So wait and see. The club might get rid of him, but of course Neto's future is still in doubt. But if he does leave currently, Inaki Pena will be the backup. Now, a player who Barcelona have already sold for the same price they want to sell Neto for this summer is Ferran Jutgla. Alberto Rowe came out saying that everything is closed for Ferran Jutgla's transfer to Club Bruges. Only the official statement is missing. He was not called up for the Barcelona B's previous match either. His season for Barcelona is over. Again, as I'm recording this video, there has been no official announcement, but no doubt Ferran Jutgla to Club Bruges on a permanent transfer for around 6 million euros is a done deal. Now, an overall recap in terms of exits this summer, Barcelona and Xavi want to get rid of many players this summer. The problem is these players are on big wages and on long-term contracts as well. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Pjanic and Braithwaite's reluctant stance on leaving will be a problem for Barcelona to comply with financial fair play rules in La Liga. In addition to them, Barcelona will also have to look into what happens with Neto, Umtiti, and Lenglet. So all the players that Barcelona want to get rid of this summer, they don't want to leave. They want to stay here, earn their money, and then leave when their contract expires and they leave for as a free agent. But the club want to get rid of them right now, and this is the difficulty. Whose fault is it? It is your main man, Josep Maria Bartomeu. He has purposely screwed over the club to make the rebuild difficult, and also Javier Tebas, the president of La Liga, is not doing us any favors. So without doubt this summer, the most difficult thing the club will have to do is get rid of players. And that's why Frenkie de Jong could leave easily, Des could leave easily, Marc-Andre ter Stegen could leave easily, Memphis Depay could leave easily, because these players have ambitions. They want to have a great successful career. They don't care where they play. Of course, they want to stay in Barcelona, but if they're told to leave, they will leave. But these players are saying, nope, I'm staying here, I want my money, and I love playing for Barcelona, all that sort of crap. So again, we'll wait and see. The most difficult thing the club will do this summer is selling players. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Just one update today, and it's the big one, the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Firstly, coming in from Nico Gonzalez from Cope, she's come out saying that Ousmane Dembele's agent, Moussa Sissoko, had negotiated directly with the Paris Saint-Germain president, Nasser El-Khelaïfi. They are not worried about the arrival of Luis Campos at PSG. So of course, we heard reports coming in saying that Luis Campos does not want Dembele at PSG, but apparently in Barcelona they're saying that look, that will not be a problem. It's the president Nasser El-Khelaïfi who wants Ousmane Dembele and will definitely overrule the new sporting director Luis Campos. Now Esport 3 came out saying that Xavi also considers Ousmane Dembele lost. Despite the player repeatedly saying that he wants to stay at Barcelona, the coach believes that Dembele's destiny will only be marked by what his agent decides to do. So Xavi cannot get through to Dembele anymore, and also he's kind of given up because everything he tells him goes in one ear and out the other, because Ousmane Dembele only listens to Sissoko. If Sissoko tells him to jump off a cliff, he'll do so. If he tells him, drive his car into a wall, he'll do so. So that's why Xavi pretty much is, giving up hope on Dembele's contract renewal. But the main man, Moussa Sissoko, has released an official statement about Ousmane Dembele's future, and he came out saying that Ousmane Dembele's future remains open, and we are not going to go into endless speculation. We are and have always been very respectful to all the clubs, and will continue to do so in the same way as long as the process continues. When the time is right to make a decision, Ousmane will consider what is best for his future. Now, Sissoko here tells two lies. Number one, being respectful to all the clubs. That's lie. You have not been respectful to Barcelona the whole entire time. And secondly, what's best for his future? No, it's what's best for your pocket. Let's be completely honest here. So, he released a statement. Half of it is lies. I don't know what to think anymore. I think right now, Dembele, if he had to choose with no money being involved, he would pick Barcelona. But of course, when money comes in, it talks, and his agent is drooling in it. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think he's going to PSG. I cannot see him going anywhere else. I know Bayern Munich and Chelsea are also interested, but I think he would choose Barcelona over Bayern Munich and Chelsea despite the money. Maybe he'll pick Chelsea because of Thomas Tuchel, but Premier League's a big step up, and I think honestly he wouldn't do too well in the Premier League, but we'll wait and see. Of course, there will be one more meeting, and that meeting will be absolutely decisive. Apparently, Xavi and Dembele will be present in that meeting, which of course will be the final one. And in that meeting, we will get the future decision on Ousmane Dembele's future at Barcelona. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some updates surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. And the main theme has been the FFP rules in La Liga, CBC deal, and also how Bartomeu screwed us over. Now, ESPN, Samuel Marzin, and Moses Malorens came out saying that FC Barcelona will tell more than 10 players that they are free to leave this summer. Xavi's planning a massive overhaul of the squad. Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Joan Laporta is considering terminating the contracts of certain players in the first team. Of course, if he does do so, they have to pay them off, and it will be very, very difficult to do so. It's not easy as saying, oh, here you go, contract is done, get out here. It's not that easy. He will have to pay them off, and of course you have to negotiate for that. It is very difficult. Now, alongside that, the club want to also negotiate a salary reduction of the entire squad. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona may have to meet with the dressing room heavyweights to make them see the need to cut their salaries again. Firstly, for the good of the club, and secondly, because their wages are out of the market and the club cannot assume them if they intend to compete for titles again. So Joan Laporta, they sit down with the captains, all the big earners like Frankie de Jong and Ter Stegen, and say, look, if you want to compete, you gotta lower your salaries, because at this point, your salaries are just ridiculously over the market. For example, Ter Stegen earns 200k a week. Courtois is earning 100k a week at Real Madrid. There's a big difference there. Your values are way overpriced, and if you want to compete, you gotta lower it. If you want to stay, second place in La Liga, get knocked out of all competitions, keep your salaries, no problem. But if you want to help the club and you want to compete, you've got to lower your salaries. Now, Gerardo Romero has come out saying that in the last 6 months of his mandate, former President Jose Maria Bartomeu renewed the contract of 8 players with higher and increasing salaries, knowing that the motion of confidence was coming. So this Bartomeu, we all knew this then, but now it's just getting, more and more confirmation. This renewed the contracts of these players, Frankie de Jong, PK, Ter Stegen, Lenglet, Umtiti, Roberto, and purposely made their salaries higher, and it also increases per year at the end of the season to screw over the new board coming in. Can we not send this to jail? I mean, holy shit. This is screwing over with the club beyond belief. I want this man's it's a Sochi membership revoked, ban him from the stadium, ban him from the Ciutat Esportiva, and I will never see his face in Catalonia again. This man has purposely screwed over the club to make the task difficult for Joan Laporta. That everyone says, look, Joan Laporta, you suck, blah blah blah. Why are you selling Frankie de Jong and renewing Roberto, blah blah blah. It's not Laporta's fault. He can't, even Messi's departure is not his fault. It's probably like 10% his fault and 90% Bartomeu. He came in and Bartomeu told him the wrong numbers of the audit of the club. So Laporta had to spend 3 months in the summer to complete the audit to know the exact numbers and then try and fix the solution. Of course, get rid of Griezmann, get rid of Coutinho. Messi was forced to leave, and then now he wants to rebuild the squad, and he has Javier Tebas spitting down his throat, saying that, oh, you can't go over the salary limit. I need to see all the money's coming in and out. You have to, spend the same money as Valencia, blah, 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 blah. This man is working with 2 hands tied behind his back, and it will be mission impossible this summer to have the perfect summer transfer window with players leaving and, of course, players coming in. And finally, RAC One have come out saying the decision on the CBC deal has not been made quite yet because Joan Laporta is reluctant. From the sports and the economic sector, they consider it key to close the agreement with CBC immediately to generate the required financial fair play laws and help the club sign and sell players this summer. So Laporta wants to sign CBC. Let's get that straight clear. But the deal on the table right now is making him worried because, of course, it does not benefit Barcelona whatsoever. It will benefit us in the short term, but punish us in the long term, and that's what he's afraid of. He wants to try to get maybe another deal like ASF, Goldman Sachs, Barca Studios, BLM, but for those deals as well, it's the same thing. He cannot find the perfect deal, and it will help Barcelona in the short term, but damage us in the long term. It's now in his hands. I think if I had to make a prediction, I would say that he's not going to sign CBC Because if you do sign CBC, it will of course damage you in the long term, but you will have a good relationship with, Javier or Tebas. Maybe he could help us, later down the line. It's a risk, so we'll wait and see. But the deadline is coming up. We have a month to go. June the 30th is the deadline for the books to be balanced. He has to sign CBC, Barca Studio, BLM, Goldman Sachs, or else Frankie de Jong and probably someone else, Memphis Depay, Ter Stegen, whoever it may be, will be sold to generate funds. I will tell you guys this for a fact. Probably I would say June the 10th, if we don't get any of these deals done or like in advanced talks, Frankie de Jong will be sold. Probably Ter Stegen will be sold if an offer comes in, and Memphis Depay will be sold as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But I want you guys to remember this throughout this whole entire saga for the next month. Next month will be absolutely crucial for this club, that this is all the fault of Bartomeu. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing on the first is about the Lewandowski deal. You think it'll end up happening or not? And also, would you rather include a player in the deal or straight cash? Secondly, on that swap deal for Ruben Neves, including Nico, Riqui Puig, and Mingueza, would you do so or not? But also, if Wolves ask for money on top of that, how much would you add? 5, 10, 15, 20 million? Thirdly, of course, on the Alonso and Azpilicueta operation, same question again. How much would you spend on both these two players? And finally, on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele, what do you think? Is he staying or not? And if he does not stay, would you sign Raphinha and also promote Abde, or sign Raphinha and another winger? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.